They said that the World Health Organization is a health organization for the world, but their mishandling of the coronavirus outbreak determined that that was a lie.
That was a lie.
It should actually be called the Chinese Communist Party Public Relations Bureau for covering stuff-ups that have killed thousands of people. These are their stories. But that's not a very catchy title. In December last year, Dr. Wen Liang tried to warn the world when he first noticed a virus that reminded him of the SARS outbreak. The Chinese Communist Party were quick to shut him down, accusing him of the crime of spreading rumours. Sadly, Dr. Wen Liang died of COVID-19 in February, but in a way he was one of the lucky ones because other whistleblowers have disappeared entirely. So what did the taxpayer-funded World Health Organization do about this emerging pandemic? They praised the commitment from top leadership and the transparency they have demonstrated. And just in case we missed it the first time, they said later in the same press release that the WHO delegation highly appreciated the actions China has implemented in response to the outbreak, its speed in identifying the virus, and openness to sharing information with WHO and other countries. They praised the Chinese Communist Party for exactly the things they failed to do. And then they failed to do their own job as the World Health Organization. Remember that the outbreak started in December. In January, the World Health Organization simply parroted the Chinese Communist Party line on the virus, which falsely claimed that there was no evidence of human-to-human transmission. Then later in January, they chose not to declare a public health emergency of international concern. Then they took till the middle of February to even send a team to investigate for themselves. Then in March, they were still refusing to declare a pandemic, even as the virus spread around the world. And just in case there was any doubt about who the World Health Organization is really working for, take this gobsmacking interview with senior WHO official Bruce Aylward.
Will the WHO consider Taiwan's membership? Hello?
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I couldn't hear your question.
Okay, yeah. Let me repeat the question.
No, that's okay. Let's move to another one then.
Right, because I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
We decided to give Dr. Aylward another call to follow up.
And I just want to see if you can comment a bit on how Taiwan has done so far in terms of containing the virus.
Well, we've already talked about China, and when you look across all the different areas of China, they've actually all done quite a good job. So with that, I'd like to thank you very much for inviting us to participate, and good luck as you go forward with the battle in Hong Kong.
Here is a senior, experienced WHO official refusing to even acknowledge how Taiwan have been successfully fighting the virus. He's not interested in health. He's only interested in towing the Chinese Communist Party line. I'd say it's unbelievable, but it's actually not. This sort of political nonsense from the World Health Organization is normal. After all, it was the WHO, under the leadership of Director General Tedros, who appointed Robert Mugabe as a goodwill ambassador. Yes, that Robert Mugabe, the one known for torture, murder, vote rigging, and a near-endless list of human rights abuses. The WHO wanted that guy as their goodwill ambassador. In a way, it's actually quite fitting. This is the same WHO that was slow to declare the 2015 Ebola outbreak an emergency, once again for political reasons, leading once again to thousands of unnecessary deaths. And it's the same WHO that spend more money on luxury travel for their staff than they do fighting AIDS, tuberculosis, hepatitis, and malaria combined. They spend 10 times more on travel per employee than Doctors Without Borders, who, send real doctors to deal with real health emergencies all over the planet. The World Health Organization is basically running lavish tiki tours for Chinese Communist Party stooges who disseminate propaganda in return for lavish hotels and big salaries. And if you think that's a bit harsh, take another look at Bruce Aylward, the same guy we saw a second ago refusing to acknowledge Taiwan. He spent $400,000 on travel during the Ebola outbreak because he wanted to fly in a helicopter rather than drive in a Jeep on muddy roads. And here's the crazy bit. We're the ones paying for it. The WHO is taxpayer funded through our contributions to the UN. But if we're paying for it, then we have the right to demand some answers, some accountability, some real transparency. It's time for Australia to demand a full inquiry into the operations of the WHO. And it's time we deny them funding until they stop being a Chinese Communist Party stooge and start working for all of us.